welcome to Friday. Just in time, we're gonna start off with a warm-up, and then we have 9 different exercises, 45 seconds each. Let's bring that knee to the chest. So, 9 different exercises, 45 seconds each, 15 seconds in between each exercise. So, 3 rounds in total. We're gonna move through all 9, and then we take a quick break. You know the drill. All right, so keep pulling that knee to the chest, and take a breath. Breathe out in that pull. 2 more. Last one. All right, come into a squat and back up. So we'll need towels for this workout. I have a longer towel and a smaller one, like a dish towel. Just because for some of the exercises, it makes it a little bit easier. But if you have one big one, that will work for all of them as well. All right, keep pushing back. 2 more. Last one. Wider stance, move left to right. Right here. Stretching that inner thigh inside of your leg. Still nicely pushed back, keeping your chest up. All right. Warming up those legs, and then we'll do some upper body, and then we'll get going. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, reaching for the toe, opposite hands. Other arm comes up to the ceiling. Try to rotate that upper body here. If it helps, follow that hand with your eyes. Three, 2, 1. All right. One big step forward. Center right in the middle. Bring your back knee down. And some bicep curls. 4, 3, 2, and switch. Big step back. All right, 8 here. 8. Last 4. 2, 1. All right, arms overhead. Overhead. So slightly across, reaching up, and then tap your feet left to right. Try to get that heart rate up here. All right, bring the arms across the chest. And back up. 4, 3, 2, across the chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels up. Heels up. Elbows back. Last minute for that warm up. All right, 3, 2, 1. Come to standing. Bring your elbow back, other side, back. Roll your hip, Roll that ankle. Last 4, 3, and 1. All right. So grabbing that towel, I'm going to grab the smaller one just because the long one just kind of flops around a little bit. Just makes it a little easier. So keep moving and get your water in before we start. We're going to go through 9 minutes, one after the other. 9 minutes straight before we get a chance to take a quick break again. All right, so option here is to keep those feet hip width apart. Rolling the shoulders back and down. We're gonna bring the palms facing out. Shoulder or hip width apart with the hands. Now other option for a little bit harder is to get in that wider stance. Bring the knees towards the toes. Get into a big sumo squat right here. For us, all of us, no matter what, we're going to be bringing the elbow right next to the ribs. We're going to push it out straight forward, back in, forward, in. Okay, so especially chest here. Get ready in position. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. So elbows forward and out. So palms facing forward or up. And then squeeze that towel. Squeeze it. Every time. Push. Then pull. Squeeze those shoulder blades in the back. Push. Feel that in the chest. Pull. Stay right in that squat if you want. Or come up to standing or maybe up and down. Options. All right, next one. Lunges. We're going to do 22 seconds with the right foot in front, 22 seconds with our left foot in front. Palms facing down. And come down into a lunge right here. Arms forward, twist, come back up. Forward, twist. Twist towards the knee that's in front. Yeah, breathe out here. And again, your hands are shoulder width apart. Squeeze right here in that twist. Switch sides. Again, twist. And up. Maybe you want to stay here and twist. That's fine too. It's just 22 seconds on each side. All right, bigger towel. Or you can still use the small one. Bicep curl, use your leg as a weight. Palms facing in. Yeah, you've done this one before, or maybe you haven't. But we're gonna use that leg as a weight. So, don't bring that leg up yourself. Well, you are, but use your arms. Let that leg just hang there heavy. I'm gonna do 45 seconds on right, 40 on left. Heavy leg. Maybe even push back a little here. Bring those elbows right into those ribs. Other side. All right. Palms in like hammer curls. Shoulders down. Make that leg heavy. Here we go. Up. Up. And maybe the next, for the last 10 seconds, we'll do little pulses where we keep that leg up. Not there yet. So you really want to feel this in those biceps right now. You want to squeeze the towel and you want to pull it up. Heavy leg. All right, keep it up there. Little pulses. Up, up. All right, that's it. Okay, so palms facing forward again. Really squeeze that towel. Push your hips back, little bend in that knee. Belly button in so your leg is straight. Shoulders back and down. We're gonna do a row and then bring those arms overhead. Row up, overhead. We're kind of bringing those elbows right next to your head. Without swinging those arms so you're in control. Go from that row to that overhead reach. Palms facing forward. So really using that towel to squeeze and pull apart. So you're just squeezing it and you're also pulling it apart. All right, come down to the floor. So come to sitting. We're gonna do a Russian twist. Bringing the arms overhead. Sit slightly back. We're gonna bring our hand towards the floor. Back up, other side. Here we go. Get that good twist in that upper body. You can lift those feet off the floor if you want. For a harder option, you're sitting slightly back with a straight back. And come on down. Okay, bring your towel over one foot, up to the ceiling. Again, your palms facing each other. Bring your other leg up to the ceiling. Pull that towel towards the floor. And then lower that other leg. Here we go. You can have a bend in that knee and tap, tap, or lengthen. Either way, squeeze that lower abs to bring that leg up. And in the same time, keep pulling that towel down. So still really working your arms and shoulders as well as those abs. And of course, we're just gonna switch sides. So bring that other foot in first. Start pulling, bring that heel up to the ceiling. And then that other leg comes up. Here we go. So again, you're squeezing and you're pulling that towel, and you're using those lower abs to lower that leg, bring it back up. And come back up to sitting. Right, we're gonna just bring or sit back slightly. We're gonna lift that one leg, bring the towel underneath, other side, like this. Underneath and up, underneath and up. Here we go. Kind of form a ball. And make sure that you add that little crunch. You bring your knee to the chest, and then squeeze. Ease. Keep that chest up here. Don't round that upper back. Almost there. Promise. All right, and that's it. So get your water in. We already went through all 9. Get your water in on the floor. Take that deep breath and then roll yourself up to standing. All right. So that was round 1 already. Went by super fast. We don't need a lot of time to recover. This is not a super quick, sweaty, heart rate up kind of workout. So really work on using that towel to squeeze and pull. It doesn't give you a lot of resistance, but it's a great little tool that we have and can use. So we start with that big squat, push and pull. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Push and pull. Push out, pull. Really think about pushing forward, squeezing that chest and then in. You have to think about it yourself. Bring those elbows in, not out to the side. In. And you can feel those chest muscles and back rolling. All right, lunge and twist. You can also alternate left, twist, step back in, and the right and twist. Up to you. We'll make it a little harder. Or stay right here, twist and come up, twist. So stepping in and out will definitely make it a little harder. But either way, arms all the way up to shoulder height, long arms, and then a quick twist. Switch sides if you are with me. Otherwise, keep stepping in and out. Or stay in this lunge and just twist. That will definitely give you a good burn in those legs. All right. Palms facing to each other. Use that towel. Use that leg for that bicep curl. Up. Heavy leg. Think about making that leg really heavy. "45 seconds each side." Keep pulling and squeezing that towel. Other side. 15 seconds in between. Get ready. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down. Oh yeah, and we can pulse at the top. I forgot. Maybe you didn't. Anyway, we will on this side. Little pulses towards the end. Squeeze those elbows into your side. And if you don't feel this in your arms by now, you need to squeeze harder and make that leg heavier. All right, little pulses. Up, up. All right. Palms facing forward again. Pushing back, belly button in, shoulders back and down. We're going to do a row overhead to a row. All right, here we go. Elbows up, palms up. Bring those arms up as much as you can. Eyes to the floor. Without swinging those arms too much. Wake a row up, elbows up. All right, arms getting a bit heavier here. Good. All right, come to sitting. Still working those arms as well. So overhead or high up. And bring one hand to the floor, other side. So still using that towel here. So pull and squeeze. Fifteen seconds. Twist, twist. All right, I'm gonna grab my bigger towel. I will keep both a little bit closer. All right, one over the foot. Palms facing in, and then pull that towel to the chest. In the meantime, leg lowers. Lots to think about here, especially lowering that leg, bring it back up using your abs. Come on, squeeze up. And I'm still really pulling hard on that towel. Get a little bit more work on those arms. All right, switching. And if you are really pulling that towel, you will feel in that arm, your biceps, your triceps, shoulder as well. So pull first, keep pulling it, then start with your leg. Remember, you can have that bend in the knee as well. I was gonna say, last couple. All right, come on up. Make a ball, or I'm gonna grab the smaller one. I'm gonna lift that knee, then bring that towel under that knee and the other knee. Okay, sit back. Here we go. Keep those little crunches coming. 15 seconds. Knee up to the chest. Bring your chest to that knee. Squeeze that little part in between right here. That rib and the hip bone. Good, that's it. That's it already. Grab that water again and come up to standing. Perfect. All right. I'll do it again. And then we're going to end with that plank, right? As of April, we'll start adding another 15 seconds to that. We're not there yet. All right, we're gonna go and start with our third round of these towel exercises. All right, so that big sumo squat with that push and pull, palms facing up. We're gonna start in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Push out, out, in, out, in. Squeeze and pull. So feel that squeeze in the chest, feel that squeeze in the back. You should feel those arms getting a little bit more tired. Squeeze that towel a little harder, pull it apart. All right, shake it out. Stepping in and out if you want, or right here, stay in that lunge. Stay in that big step forward. Palms facing in, shoulder width apart. Lunge and twist. Quick twist. Quick squeeze. Breathe out in that squeeze, in that twist. Switching sides. Quickly. Stay down. Good. All right, I'm gonna grab that bigger one a little bit easier, and do that bicep curl with that leg. All right, palms in. There we go, shoulders back and down, chest up. Don't let that foot come all the way down. When your toe almost touches the floor, pull it back up. Pushing those elbows into the ribs. Almost. Heavier each time. All right, before you start, roll the shoulders, squeeze the towel, keep it like that. Keep squeezing the whole time. Think about that squeeze so you don't forget to do it. You will pull up, you'll keep pulling up, but don't lose that grip. Pull up to the ceiling as much as possible, and drop that leg down. All right, there it is. Good work. Squeezing again here the whole time. Push back. This also works those arms, those biceps, in that row. In that row up and overhead. So The way that those hands are placed, your palms forward, and then in that row, you give it that squeeze, really working your bicep here as well. And in that squeeze overhead, you would feel that more in the back of your arms, shoulders. All right, come to sitting. We'll do our Russian twist. That's what you want to call it. Anyway, we're gonna go left to right using that towel. Do a quick tap here on the floor so you really get that good upper body rotation, keeping your back straight. Sit slightly back. Get it, go at your own pace, but keep moving, breathing. All right, I'm gonna grab that bigger towel again. Bring it over my one foot. Hold it down the whole time. And that leg lower. So pull the whole time and then bring that heel up to the ceiling. So good for those arms. And then add those squeezes in the abdomen. Switching. All right, heel up. Start pulling already. Then bring that leg up to the ceiling. Kind of working against each other. All right, you're trying to bring that foot up towards the ceiling, that leg. You're pushing it down as well, or pulling it down, and you're pushing against it. Oh, that's it. All right, last one. For this one, then we're going to end with that plank. Make that little ball with that towel. And then under the knee, left and right. All right, sit back first. Here we go. A little squeeze it. Right here, so you don't feel that too much in that lower back. You don't want to feel it there. You want to feel it right here in the front. Still seated back with your back straight. Come on. 15 seconds. A little less. All right, good work, nice. That's it, let's get that water in, and then we're gonna get ready for that minute and 15 seconds. Holding that plank, we haven't done it, but we did work our shoulders, upper body, so we should feel it. And you could always add more, you know, shoulder taps, leg lowers, whatever you want. All right, let me get my timer. We are going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Or you can do a hike. You can bring those hips up and down. You can do a tap over, or you can do your shoulder taps. We're 20 seconds in, or you can just hold. That sounds easy. Breathe through it. 35. Did I say 45? 35, I said. I will be fair. 50 seconds. 55. 1 minute. Counting down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. All right, good work. I hope it feels, well, I don't know, it depends on the workout. I was gonna say, I hope it feels easier. Doesn't really matter. I hope you can keep it up for 1 minute and 15 seconds. That's all that matters. Sometimes I guess it'll feel a little easier than other times. All right, come on here onto all fours. We're gonna take a deep breath in, bringing our chest down to the floor. Here we go. Bring your tailbone up to the ceiling. Then breathe out, rounding your upper back towards the ceiling. Tuck your tailbone under. And we're going to do that 3 more times. Bring your chest down, breathe in. Breathing out, bring your upper back up. Again, breathe in. And out. Last one, breathe in. And out. And come into a plank position, bringing the one knee underneath your chest. And bring your hips down to the floor. And lower on top of that knee. And you can keep your chest up here, or you can come down onto your elbows. It feels like a little bit of a deeper stretch. Right, stretching the glutes. Kind of bring that knee out just a little bit. And this feels like a good stretch. So I'll stay here for a couple seconds. All right. Bring the chest back up. Come back into a plank. Switching sides. Other knee down. Under the chest. Get you to come on top. Keep your chest up. Alright, I guess we gotta move on, so I'll just come back up into that plank. You can always do this later too. Well, at least I enjoy that stretch. Alright, back in your plank, then bring your hips down to the floor. Keep your chest up. Feel that lower back here too a little. And come back, tuck those toes under into your plank, and then bring those hips all the way up to the ceiling. Kind of bringing those ears right next to those elbows. Come back down, we'll do it one more time. Hips down, chin up. And still your shoulders are still down. All right. Tuck those toes under again. All the way up. Good stretch here for the shoulders. Back up the leg to your back. All right, come on to a plank on those knees right here. All right, stepping forward, tilt the hips, and then lean forward just a little bit. We'll do that shoulder, upper back stretch here as well. Just bring that arm across the chest. Hold it for a little longer. Nice deep stretch for the back, for the front of that hip here. Making sure you tilt those hips forward and bring those arms back down and switch sides here. Big step forward, tilt the hip, and then that arm across the chest. Arms back down, come up onto those knees, tucking those toes under, rolling the hips up to the ceiling, keeping your fingertips down to the floor, and then bring your head down to the floor. You're gonna let it all hang out here, right? With the weight of your head, you can look left to right, let those arms hang there. All right, rolling up slowly. Hold on to the wall if you have to. Grab the toes. Bring that heel all the way up. The last couple of stretches. This one for arms up your leg, those thighs, those quads. And really try to keep your chest up in this one. If you lean forward, then it won't be as good as a stretch. Switch sides, other side, grab that toe, bring that heel up, bring your chest up. All right, almost there. All right, let go of those toes. Step back, bring those heels down to the floor. Keep that heel on the floor. And lean forward. Gonna open the chest here. Just bringing those arms out wide. And it's a long, it's a deep stretch. Back of the leg, and also opening the chest here. All right, bring those arms back in. And just switching legs. Bring that other foot all the way back. Bring that heel back to the floor. And then lean forward onto that standing leg. Arms out wide. Or you can put it behind your ears. Whatever feels more comfortable. Bring those arms back down, feet back together, and we'll take those 2 deep breaths in. Yep, coming all the way down. Inhale, and then out. Last one. And out. And then that's it for Friday. Yep, it's Friday. All right, TGIF. It is. Well, and enjoy the weekend. Thanks for joining. We'll see you back here on Monday.